Today I'm going to talk to you about colouring your hair at home. Now, as an Aveda stylist, I would never recommend doing home hair colouring, but in these unprecedented times, I think that everybody is starting to think, what am I going to do? How long is this going to be that we're in lockdown and not able to go to our favourite salon and hairstylist? So if you are going to ignore the advice of not colouring your hair at home, what I'm going to do is show you how to apply the colour. Home hair dyes can be very strong in chemicals and ammonia, and this is one of the dangers that you'll find with colouring your hair at home, is that you could do it a lot of damage, and that's why I would highly recommend not doing it. But if you are going to, choose a product that's as kind to your hair as possible. If you have few greys and very few coverage of grey, I would suggest trying a semi-permanent, or something that's just going to stain your hair or give you a little bit of respite from the greys, and then it will wash out over time. And that means also that your colourist, when you do go back to the salon, hasn't got to correct your colour and damage your hair further, drying it out in the process to try and remove maybe hair colour that's gone too dark or that is the wrong tone. So try and be as kind to your hair as possible. But what I'm going to do is, if you are going to colour it at home, I'm going to show you how to apply the hair dye and to be as careful with it as possible, because you want to protect the hair that you have got and look after the condition. So all you're going to need with you is a pair of gloves, which I assume will probably come with any hair colouring that you buy in a store or a supermarket, a fine tooth comb. I'm going to protect myself with a gown, but I would suggest putting some old clothing on to protect yourself. Now, the first thing you need to do is you need to section your hair in the centre. So I've already parted my hair down the middle, so like so, from the centre all the way back, then back down this section of your hair at the back as well. As I've shown you before in one of my tutorials, if you kind of find the centre of your head, you really want to part the hair straight down and bring it through to where your ears are, like that. Okay? You could use a clip, or you can just push your hair out of the way. So you have a front section now like this, and the same again on the other side, like this. So that you have two front sections, like so. Right, the reason for that is when we put the hair colour on, we only want to colour your root. As you can see, I've just got a couple of centimetres of regrowth, and I'm going to show you how to keep it to that hair colour. So I'm going to apply it with my fingers, because I think that's maybe how you'll have to apply your colour at home as well. So I'm just going to put the colour on, like so, and I'm going to feel down the back and just put it through the parting, like so. Like this. And then find the sections at the side that you've got. I have to do mine again, like so. And put the hair colour on here. Going to do is show you from the front. So we're going to put the hair colour around your hairline. Like so. And I'm trying really careful just to cover the roots of my hair. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the comb with the fine sectioned part, and I'm going to just comb the hair colour evenly through the root like that. And the same from the front. And can from the section here. It's really to blend it through the hair. And down the back. Like so. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is with my finger, I'm going to just take a section of the hair, like so, and do it again, putting the hair colour onto my root. Now I would advise you to pick a colour that you think is the closest to your hair shade, but beware that the hair often colouring comes out darker and you don't want your hair to go too dark. So maybe pick a shade that is maybe a shade lighter, because even if your hair colour comes out a little bit lighter, that's going to be much easier to correct than if it goes really, really dark. The only way your hair will be corrected if it goes really dark is to have bleach put on it to lighten it, and that's drying obviously on your hair. Okay. And the idea is that then, with our fingertips, we can get into our scalp and just massage the colour through. Because the most important thing is that you colour your hairline and your parting, wherever your parting may be. That's really the main coverage that you want. But by massaging the colour through the sections that you made and putting the colour in, you're getting the colour pretty much covering all your roots. We need to do the same on the back section as well. You could get somebody at home to help you if you don't want to just have a go at the back. But if you're really nervous about doing the back sections yourself, you could always leave that. As long as you've got the hair parted down the centre and you've got coverage of colour, hair dye through the parting of the centre, the two sections at the back on the roots, if they still have grey hair, you're not going to be able to see those for a while because your hair naturally falls over that section anyway. Okay? I'm then going to apply the same technique at the back, put my hair onto my scalp and massage the hair colour into the roots. If you want to be absolutely sure, you can always comb your hair back so that the colour, you feel like the colour's gone all the way through all of the roots. Now, if you're a little bit concerned that your colour isn't quite the right match, you could always take fine pieces of hair like this and just with some colour, cover them with a little bit of hair colour like that. Because what that in effect will do will give you a highlight or a low light, and it will blend the colour from the root a little bit, in case it's a slightly different shade to your natural colour. Don't take too much hair, because if you have picked a hair dye that's darker than your natural colour, you don't want to darken all the rest of your hair, and you also don't want to put that added ammonia and hair dye through your hair. You want to keep your hair in as good condition as possible and really take care of it. Okay, so that's how you apply your hair dye. Good luck. If you have any questions about tones or depths of colour, you're welcome to message me. Okay, thank you.